I decided to put an ad on Craigslist. After a few weeks of online flirting, we decided to meet. What's going on once again, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If you are new to the channel, I invite you to subscribe. Welcome and good to have you. If you are a returning viewer, good to see you again. I think my wife, female 26, is cheating with a coworker, male 40. After the COVID lockdown, my wife's company had decided to return to the office. She doesn't like driving as she grew up in the city and never really needed a car. My wife's coworker volunteered to carpool with her. I thought this was a bit strange as we are 15 minutes out of the way for him. Yeah, right. If you want something, you go after it. For him, he needed it, he wanted it, he went after it. She insisted that he was just really nice and that he was married. Yeah, right. That boy was on a mission. I was skeptical, but realized this was the best option. This arrangement seemed to be fine for a few months. Over the past few months, she had been returning a bit later on some nights, and even a few hours on occasions. Trusted man, where there is a flame, there is fire. That's what we know. Previously, when she was virtual, she never stayed late. At a company's holiday party, the two were very friendly, but nothing I would describe as over the top. Hey, trust your gut. I do worry because my wife is a really attractive woman, so I know the temptation would be there on his end. Hey man, trust your gut. Always trust your gut. Check phone records, text messages, phone calls. There is something there. If you've never met a sleazeball, this guy takes the win. He lied about cancer to cover up his affair. That's the gist of it. My husband told me that he had cancer to cover up that he had an affair. I found out about the affair, but justified it because he was facing death. So, it broke my heart, but I forgave him. He made a miraculous recovery, and I thank God every day. Then it returned and spread. Our kids were erect. I was erect. Then I found out that the cancer was a lie, both times. Oh man, this guy. Oh my gosh. This guy is truly something else. Wow. I forgave him and covered up his lies, but I was struggling. I wanted to get over it, but I was hurting. So what did he do? Get honest in therapy and try to save us. Nope. He left me alone with the heartbroken and a million questions. The crazy thing is, I was a willing partner, so it wasn't about the sex. He likes young, thin, spicy types women. Yet, he went for someone older, fatter, and less attractive than me. So why did he do it? I'll probably never know. Sometimes we don't know. I guess there is something that this woman offers him and makes all his fantasies come true, and you just don't offer it. I don't know. Who knows? This guy made something else. I do know I'll never trust anyone again. Well, that'll take some times. Even if you don't want to be with somebody else, that'll just take some times. But it'll never be the same. I don't want to be alone forever. I am a pathetic woman who craves a man. No, you're not. It's just a natural thing for both men and women. Been with my husband since I was 15. Wow, that's really hard. That's hard. But I will never marry again and will probably always have my guard up. Yeah, I mean that's a natural reaction to being betrayed. If once someone does you wrong, then your life changes, everything changes about you. Yeah, I can expect that. But trusting again, it's possible, but at the same time, life will never be the same. And you've been with your husband since you were 15. Yeah, that's out of the norm. Since 15? Wow. There are many men who would have loved to have found you, and this guy, he blew it. But I do hope you find somebody new, somebody who's gonna be there for you, and somebody who understand what you've been through and can help you move along, move forward. And I do hope you're not alone and you do find someone who's gonna hopefully spend the rest of his life with you. I met a married nurse on Craigslist. After my divorce from a 10-year marriage, basically without any sex, I decided to put an ad on Craigslist. Oh man, what kind of ad did you post on Craigslist? I would have loved to see that ad. Oh wow. I got a few replies, mostly spam replies, but there was one that caught my eye. I'm sure there was. After a few weeks of online flirting, we decided to meet. The SCX tension was so hot between us. After all the chatting, we couldn't keep our hands off each other. We would meet places twice a week for an hour or two. The SCX was amazing because we couldn't see each other all the time, just an hour here and there. One day, I had changed my phone number and wrote it down on a piece of paper. I handed it to her. She accidentally left it in her pocket. Wait, what? How long ago was this? Don't people just exchange numbers now on the spot? Yeah, this must have been a long time ago. Her husband happened to find it while doing laundry one day. Needless to say, I got a phone call from him saying to stay away from his wife. Wow, this guy. Oh. After that, we had to end the affair. It's too bad. It was amazing while it lasted. Yeah, of course. It wasn't your wife. Oh man, that's crazy. He met on Craigslist. Amazing. Yeah, this was a while ago. Definitely a while ago. When you're the person that somebody cheated with, how do you reconcile within yourself the damage you caused? If you didn't know, I don't think you caused any damage. You just didn't know. I, 26, male, was confronted by a gentleman, 49 years old, for having an extramarital affair for about 4 months with his wife, 46. He confronted me about sleeping with his wife and why I did it. I was taken aback because it caught me by surprise because I didn't know she was married. One of the main reasons I don't deal with women today, well, most women, is you never know who's gonna roll up on you and say, hey man, you've been messing with my wife. You never know. And this guy, because of this woman, could have been in very unpredictable circumstances. What if the husband, instead of coming to him like a man asking questions, what if he simply just rolled up and wanted to rough him up? So both of them could have been in very, very grave danger because of what? A woman. Hey man, you guys be careful out there. He says she went to pretty elaborate lengths to conceal her marriage, even using her daughter's apartment, who was living overseas at the time, has her own place where she lived. That's actually how we got caught. Her husband was taking care of the bills and noticed the strange increase in the bills due to all the activities in the apartment. Installed camera and caught us in the act several times. Wow, man. That is insane. Wow, that is insane. Could you imagine catching your wife on camera with another dude doing the doing the deeds? I can't. I can't. Wow, that's insane. This was a young dude. Maybe he had his own place. Maybe he did not. I don't know. I'm not sure. Something you guys needs to know. Unless you know this woman for sure, unless you know a girl, you don't go to her place. Don't ever do it. Have your own place. Bring her over and do your stuff. Don't go to women's house. You can get yourself in a lot of troubles. Maybe she wanted to get caught. maybe she did not. Maybe she did not plan everything out. But many women, I would, I'd say the vast majority of them do not plan everything through. Because if you're doing this type of activities in an empty apartment, wouldn't you think that if I keep doing this kind of activities using water, electricity and all that, there's going to be a spike in the electricity bills, in the water bills. Somebody's going to notice, especially since the daughter is out of the country. Somebody's going to notice. The husband is taking care of the bills. He knows what's going on. He knows the average bill that comes every month when the daughter is not there. So why do you think he would not notice? That's just dumb. So I feel for this gentleman and the pain that I caused by basically breaking up their marriage. You did not, buddy. She did. Not your fault. You didn't know. People do things behind other people's back. Not your fault. People say, well, it's not your fault you didn't know. But I still had a hand in it. I was the actual cause because I was the other man. I mean, yeah, you were. You didn't know. This is something you could not control. You had no control over that. She wanted to betray her husband. You just happened to be that guy. Even if it wasn't you, it would have been somebody else because why? She wanted to do it. I understand the guilt, but in this case, you can't. This was out of your control. You know, don't be so hard on yourself, buddy. Just move on with life. Do what you have to do, and keep going. The OP wrote, TLDR, I was the other man and feel like crap. Wow. Yeah, sucks to hear you get yourself in that situation, man. But you didn't know. It's not your fault. Don't keep blaming yourself and be so hard on yourself. People are deceitful. Edit to add, they are getting a divorce. I have been subpoenaed and have to go to deposition and under oath to talk about my relationship, all the freaking details. That's gonna be interesting. Can I be a fly on the wall and listen to this? Something I never knew that could even happen. Yeah, it can. It's just the courts. It's honestly quite embarrassing to think about what I'm going to say, but I guess in the long run, it is the right thing to do. Yeah, man, it's not your fault. People are going to do what they want to do. Don't keep blaming yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. You didn't know. People, men, women, wives, husband, they are very deceitful. And when somebody is after something, I can guarantee you they'll go to great length to accomplish their deeds. It's not your fault. Move on with life. Do what you have to do and keep going. Sucks that happened to you. Sucks that you have to get into details under oath and you have to discuss your personal relationship with this woman with other strangers, but it is for the best. Just think about as you helping a brother in need. You'll do okay. You know what I've come to understand about people? Men, women, doesn't matter. When they're determined to do something, they'll do it. They'll find a way to get it done. Even back then, you saw on Craigslist how people used to just shack up together, posting ads online, and women, married men would just find these ads and plan their affair. So back then, compared to now, imagine now how everything is so accessible with all these different apps and in all those different areas. You think something has changed? No, absolutely not. People will find a way. People will do what they want no matter what. They'll go to the extreme to get it done if they want to. You can't stop it. Let this be a lesson to you, men or women. It doesn't matter. If your spouse wants to do something, you can't stop it. The only thing that can happen is you catching him or her. If they could do it back then on Craigslist, imagine now. Just think about it. If you come across any good stories or you have a personal one of your own you think might be helpful to somebody else, you can email me at theintentionalmanofficial@gmail.com. I'll be sure to share it with the channel and share it with everyone, and hopefully it'll be helpful to somebody else. Thank you for checking out the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel, like the video on your way out, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.